voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy, for your boy, for your boy, for your boy. Also for your boy, fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, wah 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 wah. Lift it up.
My bad. What's up? What's up? Let me edit this to get Twitch back on here. My bad, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the building. Happy Tuesday. You know, Twitch don't like the word Negro. Twitch hates the word Negro. So I have to not put that in my title in order for Twitch to accept my live streams. Weird. They just, I don't know why Negro is a horrible term for Twitch. They don't like it. Every time I've ever used Negroes in my title, Twitch be like, we don't do that over here. And again, you know how that is. Racism. At any rate, happy Tuesday. Shout out to everybody in the building. I hope you guys are doing well. It is Tuesday. What is today? The 27th of January. Y'all, we at the end of January. We in February. Girl. And you know, for me, it's Mardi Gras time. Oh, yes. We'll be in New Orleans for Mardi Gras. I was going to try to go to the Zulu ball, but ain't going. But I will be down there Friday through Wednesday of the next month, okay? And that, I think Mardi Gras on the 17th. So I think I go down there like the 13th or something like that. But we'll be out there. Then March, my birthday. You know, the top of the year is always good for me. I am a Pisces. So, you know, it's always fun for me. But at any rate, shout out to everybody in the building. It's Mardi Gras season, and I can't wait to get down to the ground, okay? Y'all, I hope y'all doing well, though, for real. If you are new to the channel, subscribe. And also, welcome. We do this Monday through Friday. We come over here and we Joce. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just here to help you get you through your work day, give you a laugh, a kiki, a joke, and a little education, okay? I know you're not going to agree with me on everything. That's cool. Just be respectful. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you're returning, welcome back. Shout out to all of y'all. We got a show today. We're going to be discussing a few things. We got Paul Birdsong, the fake Black Panther. He came out and had to denounce the Black Panther Party and say that he is not a part of the Black Panther Party. We're going to discuss that. Evelyn Lozada's daughter. I saw another clip with the game, and we just got to go over how stupid she is. Indians to Negroes. That's the title that Twitch don't like. But I want to talk to Black America on how important genealogy is and what it's going to lead you to, because it's going to lead you to some indigenous paperwork, okay? When you do genealogy and you do it correctly, what you will find, Black America, is that at some point on paper, your people went from Indian to Negroes. And we're going to discuss how that happened and why we're here now. Now, I know a lot of y'all have heard of this. A lot of y'all see the Indians on the internet and y'all beefing with them and all that stuff. That's cool. We ain't worried about that. I'm trying to tell you what you're going to find when you do your genealogy. And I can't mess up your genealogy and put nothing in it. It's already there. Okay? And this right here specifically is the key to get your inheritance. You can sit up here and say you'd rather be FBA. Fine. What I'm telling you is when it comes down to documentation and your inheritance, you're going to have to prove that your people were here. They can get a reparations for all the other stuff, but you're always going to have to prove that your people are the true indigenous inheritance of this land. So please, we'll get into that. And then also, is there anything? Oh, Peach Mcintyre paying her baby daddy child support. We'll get into that as well. And a few other honorable mentions. But y'all come on in and get the likes up on the video. See, Susie Carmichael said it happened to me on my grandmother's, on my daddy's side. Listen, all you're going to find when y'all do y'all genealogy is that the status went from this person is an Indian or this person is this, and then it went from that to Negro. Literally from documentation paper to the next. So for instance, they'll have a census with a great grandmother on there as an Indian or something like that. I'm just giving an example. And then the birth certificate of her child will be a Negro. Now, a lot of people are the people want us to believe that the person had to procreate with a Black American, but what they're not telling you is that person is the Black American. They never procreated with nobody else. They procreated with each other. The only thing changed was the name on the paper. Okay, so we gonna get into it. Sorry, y'all get the likes up on the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Morning announcements. Let's get them out of the way. Grounding, meditating, praying. It is imperative that you guys are out there grounding and meditating and praying. It is time to get back in touch with the Most High. This is the way to get out of this bondage that we call slavery. We don't think it's slavery because we feel comfortable, but we are definitely in slavery. I'm so tired of watching all these other nations have their heaven here on earth and watching my people feel like they got to die to get theirs. You do not. This is why it is imperative that you go within and start to meditate, pray, whatever it is you need to do to tap into your Most High power or your Most High God, whatever you subscribe to. It is time to tap in, because this is a very important time in society today. We are under spiritual warfare every day. It just looks in the 3D world to you like a regular everyday occurrence. But what I'm telling you is a lot of this stuff is spiritual warfare. From them hijacking our movements to them putting out fake agents to play like they one of us. All of this falls under spiritual warfare, okay? So with that being said, it is imperative that you please do your grounding, meditating, or whatever it is, praying, whatever it is to tap in. Also, genealogy is the most important message I can give you on this internet. There's nothing more important than me. There's nothing more important I can tell to you that's anything more important than genealogy. You have to do your genealogy, Black America. This is going to help you. It is not going to help me. It's not going to help your neighbors. It's going to help you. So please, all it is an ancestry, family tree, whatever you want to call it. Find out who you are. If you don't know, if you can't go back hundreds of years in your lineage, documentation-wise, you have no idea who you are. Please, please, please do your genealogy. So now that we got that out of the way, y'all like the video. We only got 99 likes and 288 people in the chat so far. So y'all come on up, get these likes up on the video, and shout out to everybody in the building. Now we're going to get right into the show because I need to go get my nails done, girl, when I get off of here. This nail about to come off. I ain't mean to flip y'all the bird, but girl, this one hanging on by a thread, girl. Yeah, I got to go get my nails did or whatever. And my feet too. And my feet. Okay. So anyways, I want to get into the show. And I have a few honorable mentions I want to show to y'all. Y'all like the video. Oh, if y'all missed anything on the Dollhouse or at the Dollhouse yesterday, I did go live at the Dollhouse. And we did talk about Malone Madness Mondays. I also uploaded Baddies, if you're interested. So make sure y'all go over there and check that out. It is at the Dollhouse when you go over there, okay? Now, here's an honorable mention for you. So y'all remember, what's her name? Karen Huger. Thank you, Blackness 478, I'm sorry, for becoming a new member. Thank you, beautiful. I appreciate you. Look, y'all remember, Karen Hugler, I don't know if that's how you say her last name, Huger. She went to prison, because she wanted to be a DUI recipient, okay? She wanted to be a habitual DUI line stepper. Well, apparently, after she did her year in prison, she done finally came home. Ray was there, still alive, barely, but still alive. Her daughter Raven was there, and it looks like her sister was there to greet her. Now, when Karen came home, she shared how beautiful her experience was as she left the prison walls. She said that the girls wanted to look out for her so much so that they took the braid hair out their own head and gave my girl Karen a whole head full of braids. She said that's true love, y'all. Come on in, get the likes up on the video. Welcome home, Karen. Let's get into it.
Thank you. Okay. I told you this is your past. Good to see you.
Yes.
Good to see you.
You look so fly.
Yes.
Well, I had to do a do-rag because the girls insisted on I do jailhouse braids.
Okay.
What?
So what they did was they took their extensions out of their hair
What?
and they braided my hair. And I think it's so beautiful.
Oh.
Now, I wouldn't recommend that, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I tell you, first of all, your crown is very important. You don't want to be sharing hair. Sharing hair is like sharing draws. I'm going to say it again. Sharing hair, even though it's a nice gesture, sharing hair is like sharing drawers. I wouldn't recommend it. I'm just saying I wouldn't recommend it. However, the thought, if it is innocent, the thought is nice. Karen got some jailhouse braids from the girls in the jail cell.
They did your hair with their hair?
Yeah, they took their hair out of their head. I'm in jail. So they took their hair out of their head, and they were like, Miss Karen, we got to get you together. And I'm like, what a beautiful thought.
You look great. Welcome home.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I told you this too shall pass.
Good to see you.
Somebody said Karen probably bald-headed though. And you know what? That's what I was thinking. You could tell Karen bald-head because she only got one braid right here and like 5 back here. Bitch, the top of Karen head probably look like one of them bald cats, bitch. They ain't need to take all their hair out. Everybody take out one braid to put in Karen hair, bitch. They probably got them heavy ass plaits on a thin piece of hair, this girl. But I ain't gonna lie. In Karen's defense, Karen said, look, I gotta take what I could get. You feel me? You can tell Karen ain't got no hair. You can tell by how the braid spaced out. Look, somebody says probably glued to the scarf. Knowing Karen, she probably just told the girls, don't even unbraid the braids. Give them to me. I can see Karen. Look, you ain't even got to take them out. Cut them and give them to me. I'm going to put them right under here. But welcome home, Karen, the Grand Dame, baby. Let me find out the Grand Dame was tear rep. Okay? Let me find out the Grand Dame was tear rep. Shout out to the Grand Dame. She made it home. All the girls respect the Grand Dame. I'm pretty sure she ain't have to get into no fights. I'm pretty sure she gave the girls a little bit, class. Gave the girl a couple of classy things to keep with them while they in prison. So, I think her time, she sat down for a year. But I'm pretty sure Karen didn't do bad on her time. I'm pretty sure Karen was like the dorm mother. Them girls probably love seeing Karen coming in there. Ooh, girl, tell us about the rich people. Tell us about this. Girl, I would have been lit. See, if I was in prison and Karen came through that bitch. Girl, please. Girl, Karen to be my prison mama. Girl, what is you saying? Girl, I'll be preparing my mind for when I get out, honey. But yeah, shout out to Karen. She made it out, y'all. Y'all get the likes up on the video. I think I got another cash app, man. Not cash app. And speaking of cash app, shout out to everybody who sent me a cash out. I do appreciate those and I do get them. Miss, how do you say your name? Mississippi 27. Mississippi. Hey, boo. Thank you so much for being a member for 12 months. Says, hey, boo, it's my 43rd birthday here in Hawaii at the beach. Ooh. Must be nice. You know what's crazy, girl? You might be a sign. Because right before I got on this internet, I said, girl, I'm going to change the weather for my birthday. Now, I can't change it in Hawaii. Everybody ain't able, Miss Peaches, okay? Mississippi, I'm sorry. However, happy birthday, because you able and I ain't. Happy birthday. This might be a sign, though. I'm so happy that you're enjoying your time out there in Hawaii, somewhere I can't even pronounce, honey. Happy birthday. Have a good time. Have drinks, girl. Have a good time. And if you married, have all of that too. And if you're not still, happy birthday, beautiful. Thank you so much for all your support, honey. Girl, Hawaii. I was thinking about changing mine, just going up the street, girl. The Florida tease, might cross over a couple of waters and go to Bahamas. That's another 30 minutes. I'm thinking about changing the weather. And Mississippi come over here talking about, girl, I'm over here in Iraq. Bitch. Girl, let me go ahead and change my plans back. Girl, where you going for your birthday? In the backyard, girl. Girl, must be nice. Must be nice to say, you know what? Hawaii, me, please. Oh, Mississippi. Make sure if you can, I don't know if you had this on the plans, but try to go see some of them old. I've always wanted to see them like volcanoes and them ancient sites out there. Mississippi, not Mississippi. Hawaii is a black island. The original inhabitants of Hawaii was my color. Y'all do know that, right? Literally my color and darker than me. So the Hawaiians you see in Hawaii now are $5 footlongs. They not the real Hawaiians. The real Hawaiians look like me, and I'm pretty sure they still out there somewhere hidden. They'll come out though soon. Y'all get the likes up on the video. All right, I have another honorable mention I want to share with y'all really quickly. Girl, I can't wait to go get these nails done. I look so bad. Now, did y'all see about this bat that was on the loose with a deadly virus? Now, you know them people putting all this shit up out of here. And let me say this. Biochemical warfare is real. Biowarfare is real. All of these wars that we are under that you may not know about, I need you to understand how real this is. And this is what America does. When they don't want you to know that you are at war, they will put this stuff out there to you as if it's mistakes or as if it's happenstance. When the fact of the matter is, the government knows exactly what's going on. Now, I don't know if this is a warfare machine or a situation, but that's the type of tease it's giving to me. Okay, that's the type of tease is given to me in America, because they don't want you to panic. They'll come on here and say, oh my God, a bat came on the loose, knowing good and well whoever they beefing with done set them up to go over here to kill us all. You see what I'm saying? Let's get into this little article I saw. So I've seen this a few places. It says countries rush to lock down airports and quarantine travelers over deadly bat virus that kills up to 75% of the people who catch it, amid the United States leaving the World Health Organization no cure. First of all, whenever you see WHO, the World Health Organization, run. Remember, it was the World Health Organization, the WHO, that was telling us, oh yeah, go ahead on and get the jibber jabber. It's cool. No, girl, you gonna be all right, girl. Come on, get the jibber jabber, girl. And we was like, but I don't know. And it was the WHO saying, girl, look, we the experts. You good. Roll up your sleeves and get the jibber jabber. And so many millions upon millions of people rolled up their sleeves listening to the WHO people. Whole time, the WHO done got the hell on. Now that everybody done gone crazy and lost their minds and their limbs and their bodies and all of that stuff. So be careful. All of these organizations, a lot of them is in on it too. Okay? So anyways, let's get into this. It says, several countries across Asia are moving fast, it always starts there, to stop a dangerous virus that kills up to 75% of the people who catch it, according to health officials. Well, I'll be damned. Who's the 75%? Is giving more COVID. The virus called Nipah was just confirmed in West Bengal, India, where at least 5 people tested positive. One nurse is now in a coma, and another hospital worker is also infected. Sound like another COVID. About 100 people have already been quarantined after the virus spread inside a hospital. Nipah comes from bats and can infect humans and pigs. It causes high fever, trouble breathing, headaches, vomiting, muscle pain, and in many cases, brain swelling and organ failure. There is no cure. Because of the outbreak, countries like Thailand, Nepal, and Taiwan have started emergency health steps at the airports and borders. Travelers are being checked for fever. Sick passengers are being taken to quarantine centers, and airports are being deep cleaned. Tourists visiting caves and wildlife are also being closely monitored. Oh my God. Health workers in masks are screening travelers one by one, and people arriving from the affected areas are being given warning cards that explain what to do if they feel sick. This is definitely COVID. So far, there are no reported cases in the United States yet, and the CDC has not issued travel bans yet. I'm adding these yet. But the outbreak is raising concerns because it is happening at the same time. Obviously, the U.S. has officially left the World Health Organization. The WHO warned that America pulling out makes the country and the world less safe because the agency helps countries share information and respond quickly during deadline outbreaks like this one. So it's a deadly virus from a bat. Hold on. Had to fix my little cap under my wig. Hold on, it was getting a little too tight. Now, where was we? So it's a deadly virus coming from a bat that just so happened to let loose in Asia. Does this not sound familiar? I feel like I've read this book before. It just so happened to let loose in Asia, and now the doggone bat They say they quarantine and everything. Mind you, America just got rid of the WHO, so it's gonna make me assume that Trump got up there and said, get them the hell up out of here. You see what I'm saying? Now the WHO probably let loose. We don't know what's going on. This is what I'm saying with y'all. This is what I'm telling y'all. Be careful out here. The government know more than they know. I told y'all before, I don't know if this is the thing, but I told y'all we're going to go under another situation like COVID. It's coming. I don't know if this is it, but it's definitely coming. Be mindful of what they did then so that you'll know how to navigate moving forward. Because if you forget what happened in the past, you're destined to repeat it in the future. Okay? Now, what I was telling you guys is when it comes down to warfare, bio-warfare, biochemical warfare, all of these different types of warfares, because the government likes to have these wars under the table, they will act as if it's some random incidents or it's just this, that, and the third, and the whole time they know what's going on behind the scenes. Be careful. If it's already on the loose in China, America just need to count our days. Now, how it's going to be when it get here, I don't know. I hope it don't come here, but it is what it is. Keep your head on a swivel. And I don't know if y'all traveling to Asia. If I was y'all, I wouldn't right now. I'm just saying they got bats on the loose. They got all types of stuff going on. If I was y'all, I wouldn't travel around there. Not now. I would probably postpone those trips, honestly. And you know what's crazy? I was watching Ace. He's on the YouTube. He's a travel guy. I was watching Ace's channel, and Ace was talking about he went to a place in the Philippines, beautiful place. And boy, oh boy, I was like, man, I would love to go there. I was like, I would love to go there. I'm talking about the water was like turquoise green. Oh, it was so pretty. And I still would love to go there, but nah. Baby, y'all got too much going on in Asia. I'm scared, honey. Y'all like the video, please. Please get the likes up on the video. Now, I saw this as well, and I want to share with y'all. It says, U.S. passes bill allowing government to remotely shut down your vehicle. Remember, I told y'all I wanted me an old, not 90, an old 66, 65 Chevy where you got to give it gas, and you got to cut the wheel a little bit and put the key in and go. I want me a car like that because I done told y'all plugging them cars up. One day, they're not going to let you plug it up. Then what you're going to do, duck, goose. I done told y'all, ain't nothing wrong with having the little plug-up cars or the cars with all the computers and all of that. But if you are smart, you would not only have a smart car. Okay? If you are smart, you would not rely on a smart car because all it does is give the people the power. What's the name of that movie that was on Netflix that Barack and Michelle and them made? Remember in that movie, it was like an end of the world movie. And what was one of the ways that they were fighting the war? Did they not take all them Teslas and ram them all into each other? What's the name of the movie? Y'all gonna put it in the chat. Did they not take all of them Teslas by one chip, by one computer, by one doggone, leave the world behind? That's the name of it, Aquarius. Thank you. Leave the world behind. It took one button to make all of them Teslas go boom. Now, I know y'all might feel like, oh, but Voodoo is a movie. Okay. A lot of things. Terminator was a movie too, and here we are. iRobot was a movie too, and here we are. So, with that being said, when I seen in the movie, and then Barack and Michelle behind it, child, please. When I seen in the movie, they was doing that. Even before that, I already felt that. But it was just like, hell no. Hell no. But ain't nothing wrong with y'all plugging up the cars and all of that. Only thing I'm telling y'all is don't get caught with that being your only car because it was there and it sat there to control. That's what it's about. All of this stuff going computer, even the phones and the TVs and everything, AI and digital. It's all about control, okay? That's what it's always been about. It starts off as convenience and then it ends up as control, okay? Let's read this article. It says the U.S. House of Representatives recently voted 268 to 164 to reject an amendment that would have cut federal fundings for a controversial provision tied to federal infrastructure investment and job acts of 2021. It says that provision, known as Section 24220, directs the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration to develop advanced driving prevention technology for new vehicles manufactured after 2026. So they saying this for the cars that's going to be made after 2026. It says critics describe this critical requirement as a kill switch that could let a vehicle disable itself if it detects signs of impairment, and worry it might be interpreted as giving government authorities remote shutdown power, even though technology and legal details are still being developed. Let me stop here right here, because see, these people think they slick. It starts off as convenience, and then it ends up as control. Now, they're trying to say, oh, we just want to be able to impair your video. I mean, your video, that too, but impair your vehicle in the case that there's some danger. We've seen how that worked out. If you go on TikTok, they had a Tesla, I want to say, or I can't remember what kind of SUV truck. This car thought that another car was going to hit it and stop smack in the middle of the doggone the interstate and cause like a 50-car pileup. That is scary. That is extremely scary. You know what else is scary to me? Y'all ever gotten a car, or especially a rental car, because I took it off my car. But you ever gotten a car and if you don't turn the blinker on and you go to get over, it'll push your wheel back over? That shit scares the hell. I don't like that. I don't like that. Listen, it starts off as convenience and end as controlled. Oh, we just going to do it for impairment in case there's no such thing as impairment in case. They're going to be shutting our shit down like they did on the movie Leave the World Behind. It says supporters of the technology argue it's aiming at saving lives by preventing drunk and impaired driving. Bullshit. Not empowering wide governmental control over cars. That's cap. You think they give a damn about niggas and DUIs? Do you think they give a damn about people in DUIs? They don't. It says opponents, including some conservative lawmakers, claim the mandate could invade privacy, expand federal overreach, and potentially strand drivers if systems falsely determine driver impairment. Well, the debate highlights a broader controversy over balancing road safety innovations with civil liberties, and while the infrastructure law sets the direction, the actual implementation standards are still being worked out by the federal regulators. Now, as far as being impaired, let me just say this. When you get a DUI, they already put you under their system. They already make you put that little thing in your car and you got to blow into it. I haven't seen one in years, but I remember the white girl that used to work with me at Copeland's had one. She asked me, one day she was like, you want to ride home? I was like, yeah. And I remember that whole got in that bitch and had the, and I was like, girl, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah, I'm on my 10th DUI. Bitch, you still got your license? Listen, they already have that in place for the people who get DUIs. They've always had it. They are trying to mask it as, oh, well, if you are impaired in the system, how can the system first see if you're impaired? It must be reading something. Oh, and by the way, they already violating your privacy with them flock cameras on the corner. Because remember, I told y'all, if the flock cameras can use a radar system to see inside of your car without your permission, what else are they using the radars to do? They already violating the privacy. So it's not about that. These are all semantics, okay? These are all semantics. This is what I'm saying, telling you. They're trying to put it in as convenience so they can later on use it as control. Now, they're going to do that regardless, especially with them plug-up cars and them cars that's on them one computer system programs like them Teslas. All them bitches are already set up to do what they're going to do. What I'm telling you is now they're trying to get it on all the other cars to implement control. Be careful and be mindful of this. It's going to start off as a volunteer. All they need is to half or more than half of us to be okay with it, which most people are. And here we go. I'm looking for older cars. I'm not saying I don't want no new car because I do want me a nice little SUV. I am manifesting me a nice big body. You feel me? However, I do want me an older car. I do. Because I don't want to have to rely on these systems. And I'm going to keep me an old shade tree mechanic who still know how to change the Earl. Yeah. And know how to do tune-ups and change the carburetor. Yeah, I want a car with a carburetor. I don't even think these new cars even come with carburetors. You see what I'm saying? But at any rate, be mindful of this convenience because they're fighting over it, but they're going to pass it. And then it's going to be, oh, it's just for your help. It's bullshit. And then furthermore, girl, this is no shading. I don't promote drinking and driving. I think drinking and driving is the worst thing to do. But could you imagine if you only had like one and you like, girl, let me get in this car and go home. I'm not saying that you should, because that's a horrible thing to do, but people have done it. And could you imagine if your car be like, we sense alcohol, bitch. I ain't even hardly drink. I had one sip. We shutting the car down. Or what if you didn't even drink? What if your homegirl drunk and y'all get in the car and the car decides both of y'all drunk? Now we stranded. Oh, hell no. No, sir. Not me. Again, I don't promote drinking and driving. I think it's a horrible thing to do. I'm just saying, I don't want that type of control over me. Child, let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please and thank you. Girl, listen, them new cars is trash. Trash. Do you hear me? Talk about made of plastic. Girl, don't even get me started on these houses. I got my house built in 2020 and I got a leak. Don't get me started, please. My nerves. Yeah, we don't have nothing of good quality. Everything is about the look. Nothing is about the quality. It's ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous. Y'all like the video, please and thank you. Now I want to move on. I'm gonna juice that later. Let's get into this bull crap with the game and Shanice. So we watched a few of these episodes. Well, not a few of the episodes, but we watched a clip of the game. Y'all know the game. He's a rapper. He used to be with G Unit and all of them. He has gotten Evelyn Lozada from Basketball Wives. He's gotten her daughter pregnant. We watched one clip before where she had no clue that he was even a felon. And he's sitting there looking at girl like, how did you not know I'm a felon? The whole world knows that I'm a felon. But this goes to show you that these people, some of these women are laying down, offering up their wounds unprotected to people they have no clue about. Because for this girl and I'm not saying that sometimes you can't get it in and then you find out later about a nigga. I know I've been there. But what I'm talking about is this girl planned the whole future. She got pregnant. She had a whole baby by a nigga she knew nothing about. In my opinion, Evelyn raised her daughter to see dollar signs. The problem with chasing the bag like that is you run into a brick wall. Because what looks like money is typically never money. I'm going to say it again. The problem Evelyn Lozada's daughter has, right, is the fact that she is chasing money. She sees dollar signs and she just go with the move. But when you chase the bag, it's going to run you into a brick wall because people with the real money, they don't look like it. They not out there with all the chains and the rings and the cars. Them the brokest people you will know. All the labels and the bags and the shoes. And those are the poorest people, you know, even if they got $1 million in their savings or checking account, give them 2-3 years, maybe a year tops, they'll be broke because they're poor. But when you are a failed thought and then you raise your daughter to be a triple failed thought, then what she does is what she saw her mama do. Look at the dollar sign. See, Evelyn is the same lady who looked at the dollar sign with Carl Crawford and walked away with nothing. Do you know why Evelyn Lozada walked away with nothing from Carl Crawford? Because all she was taught was to look for the dollar sign. She didn't teach. Nobody taught her nothing else after you see green dollars and then you go. And even in her trial and error in life, she refused to take L's and learn lessons from them to at least pass down some wisdom to her daughter. Not Evelyn. All she did was pass down another generational curse of some failed whores. Now, Evelyn's daughter, what's her name? Shanice, my daughter. She's a beautiful girl, but she's slow as a turtle. I'm listening to the doggone podcast. And then furthermore, I can't believe y'all put this out. Y'all both look stupid. But she's on this podcast with her baby father, because otherwise we would not watch it. And he on there basically telling her, girl, I ain't like you like that for real. You was bad, and I wanted to get you pregnant. So she's finding out now, right now, that the game never cared about her. Matter of fact, only thing he knew about her was she fine. She pretty. And I wanted to get her pregnant. Now this hoe gonna flip it around and say, oh, you manifested this baby. No, he did not. I don't give a damn, because she's gonna say that they spoke about it on the first date of him wanting more kids. And you bitches gotta stop this. A man saying, I want more kids, and then you getting popped up pregnant 3 weeks later is not him manifesting you getting pregnant, girl. But this is what she probably tells herself to sleep well at night. Y'all got to stop with all of this manifesting. How the nigga gonna manifest a baby, and then when you tell him you pregnant, he look at you like, get rid of it? Because this is what the argument is gonna be about. Let's get into the back and forth between the game and this girl, and basically watch how the game is telling Shawnice, like, basically, it's almost like they're getting to know each other for the first time. Because in her mind, oh, you manifested Blaze, you wanted Blaze, and in his mind, even in his mouth, out of his mouth, he's gonna say, yeah, I just kind of wanted a baby. Do not be Evelyn or her dumbass daughter. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Check this out. And Evelyn, you a fool for posting this. Girl, I would have said, we're not posting this, fat. I wouldn't let my daughter, I don't care. Even if I'm stupid, if I watch this tape back and edit him and I see my daughter look a mess, no, we're not posting this. No. But Mom, we're going to go viral, girl. We going to find another way to go viral. That's just me. Let's get into it.
When she told me, I was shocked a little bit, like literally, I was shocked. And we got into this, thing. I love being a dad, right? Like absolutely love being a dad, but I was shocked as shit. And I don't think it was the reaction that Sha wanted. So she cried a little bit. And
if she cried, that means she must have went and said, game, Jason, I just have to tell you, I'm pregnant. And that nigga must have said, what? And she was like, wait a minute. You what? Bitch, I don't even know you like that, huh? But I thought you manifested. Bitch, I barely know you. That's probably why she was crying. She thought it was going to be like on Instagram. She thought she was going to come in with the little test with the P on the end, and she was going to say, Jason, oh my God, we're expecting. And he was going to say, oh my God, this is so amazing. And they were going to jump up and down, and he was going to kiss her and whisk her away and say, I'm going to take you off, and we're going to get married. That's what she was looking for. That nigga, Jason, I said, bitch, what? Pregnant? Bitch, I need a DNA test. That's probably why she was crying. I'm telling you. They ain't going to say that, though.
And it was uncomfortable for her and for me. I didn't want to make her cry. I just was like, I didn't know
what could he have said or done to make that girl cry, to make him and her uncomfortable? I'm telling you, when the bitch came and said, I'm pregnant, he probably said, bitch, what? Who you pregnant for? Oh my God, Jason, bro. I thought you loved me, bro. I thought you wanted to be with me, but turns out you're doing it for clout. I can't believe you, Jason, bro. I hate you, bro. Shut up, bro. I hate this nigga, bro. I swear to God. That's probably what happened. I swear to God. That's probably, see, he ain't gonna say it though. They gonna pay it off and do on the internet. So we can act like it's a, whoop and wham. But no, baby. If anything made that girl cry, it made you uncomfortable because you done turned around and told that girl that wasn't your baby. That's what happened. You turned around and told her, bitch, I just met you. That ain't my baby.
what to say because I hadn't had a kid in 14 years. So I was like super shocked. She had never had a kid. So of course she was super shocked. But when she found out, she kind of got to live with it a little bit, like I didn't know as soon as she knew. So she lived with it a little bit, processed it. And then once it got to me, she had already kind of lived with it a little bit. So I was super shocked. She cried a little bit. I was really thrown out to the wayside about that because I didn't. When she told me, I was shocked a little.
Nigga, how you gonna say? This nigga said, well, she had time to process it because she knew before me. Nigga, what? But that's what y'all get. Strap it up, ladies and gentlemen.
I feel like you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
Like you were mentioning another child before I got pregnant.
Yeah, true.
Like you manifested Blaze.
Yeah.
On our first date, you were talking about a Blaze, not him exactly.
Yeah.
But you were talking about a Blaze. So you agree with that?
I do agree.
Bullshit. Bitch, just because y'all was on a date, they bought out the appetizer, the spinach dip, bitch, and then you asked that nigga if he wanted more kids, and he was like, you know what? I probably would have another one. I'm pretty sure, I'm about to tell you how the conversation happened. The lady came by, oh, here go y'all spinach dip, y'all spinach and artichoke dip and y'all wings. You know, that's what niggas like. You feel what I'm saying? Here go y'all wings and y'all spinach dip. Y'all need anything? Oh, no, we good. Okay. The waiter walks away, and this her. So, Jason, what do you think about children? You know, my youngest 14. I probably would have another baby. And this hoe took that in her head and said, boom, you manifested Blaze. That nigga ain't manifest no another baby, girl. He just wanted to feel you without the rubber on it and got caught up. I gotta call a thing a thing. He just wanted to feel the skin to skin. He just got caught up on the skin to skin part. That man ain't want no baby with you, and he gonna sit up there and play. Oh yeah. I sure did. No, you didn't, nigga. Because if you manifested it when she came and told you the baby was yours, you wouldn't have turned around and asked that hoe who the baby was for. Stop the cap. Y'all gotta be able to read between these lines now. Don't get fooled.
I think that and you know,
we talked about kids.
Yeah, true. But just so you know, you guys know, because you guys are, you know, beautiful women. You guys are still like women, right? But men, right? Men see a baddie, we think like, I'm gonna get her pregnant.
You telling this nigga he manifested the baby. He like, yeah, we can go with that. But as a nigga who saw a bad bitch, I just wanted a little skin to skin. And but you manifested. No, he did not, dummy Lamont. No, he did not. No, he did not. You trying to make him manifest this baby that he done told you he ain't want, girl. She's stupid like her mama. And the fact that I guess the mama sat there and said, let me stay out of this. She grown or whatever the case may be. But you know what? I think Evelyn think Carl Crawford manifest her baby. So then again, who knows? The apple don't fall too far from the tree. This bitch slow. And Evelyn, this is all your fault.
That's what men think when they see a baddie.
You gamed me.
You gamed me.
I'm just asking.
Hey, I'm just saying, when a man really sees a woman that like that he likes and it's a baddie, that be our first thought. Like we be thinking like, damn, like I would have a baby by that. So yeah, I'm manifested. I'm manifested.
Gamed.
Yeah, game manifested. You know.
Mm-hmm. So what less I feel like.
So this boy said he done settled with the idea that because I saw you and said she fine enough to get her pregnant, then I guess that means I manifested the baby. Y'all got to get off the internet. Women, y'all got to get off the internet. Please, women, I don't give a damn what color you is. Take a break from the internet. The internet got you hoes running on a hamster wheel in your brain. I need women to take a 30-minute break every day from the internet because the internet got women's heads on a hamster wheel that would never go off. Like, what in the hell? You can't make him manifest something when he's literally telling you out of his own mouth, I wanted to smash without a condom. That's it. He just got you pregnant, girl. Y'all done got so caught up into this internet. Oh, it must be manifestation. That's not manifestation. And Evelyn, you should sit. Oh, Evelyn is the most failing mother. Evelyn, I've seen crackheads raise better children, bitch. I've seen crackhead mamas who ain't never home raise a better stock of kids. Evelyn, everything that Jennifer said about you and your daughter with the build a horse stuff, that had to be true. But you didn't even build this one right. Take it back to the manufacturer. Let me let this shit finish going.
Do you have like from raising your older children that are showing up in how you raise Blaze?
So the thing that I've been finding a little bit different is that I'm slower, you know, like I'm older. I'm like when I had Harlem, I was 23, Justice, I was 27, and in Cali, I was 30. So I was a little bit young and faster. And it's like, you know, I'm obviously 46, right? I'm still in, you know, pretty good shape. And when my son gets to, crawling around, like he down there. So I got to get down there with him. And sometimes these knees don't be kneeing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I think it's a little bit more of a physical challenge. I mean, I'm not on a walker holding a cane, but I'm not, running around as fast as I used to. So that's a challenge to be able to.
We don't care. You know what I'm getting from this? Evelyn, the screw game. Either Evelyn has screwed him and will screw him again, or she's never screwed him in the past, but she'll screw him if she get an opportunity. I just feel it. I don't know if they screwed in the past. What I'm telling y'all is either they have screwed in the past and she'll do it again, or if they haven't screwed, she'll definitely screw him in the future. Weird. At any rate, this is the point. Women, stop putting words in these niggas' mouths. When that man told this girl off the cuff she was bad and he wanted to skeet off in her, that was everything you needed to know. These niggas are not as complex as y'all think they are. They're actually pretty simple. If you just listen, they'll tell you everything you need to know. Stop trying to force what you want on these niggas. Find a nigga who want what you want and get it together. Stop all that manifestation and all of this. No nigga is manifesting no baby with you. As a matter of fact, the quickest way to get a nigga to leave you alone is to get pregnant. Get me up here. You want to tear down your own happy home? Get pregnant. That's the message. That's the message. So at any rate, keep on hollering about these niggas manifesting these churn if you want. This is tried and true. Keep hollering about you want these churn if you want, because these niggas is manifesting. Okay, you gonna manifest your ass as a single mother. You're gonna manifest your ass as a single mother. Now, this is not all men. They got some men who really want to have a family with a woman. All I'm telling you is, on average, the quickest way to lose a nigga is get pregnant. She did better at least still smashing on them. You know what I'm saying? A little while. But you done went got pregnant, girl. It's a wrap. You over with. It's a wrap. You done. You over with. The only time a nigga might come back is if you gloss up, glow up, and then you get on your shit right now. Then or if you're still fine, and they're gonna always come back and be like, you my baby, man. I love you. I fuck with them hoes, but you my love. I love you first, girl. Girl, one thing about it, man, them hoes know. One thing about it, yeah, I might fuck around, I might step out, but one thing about it, when I step out with you, them hoes know. Them hoes already know. Man, get your ugly ass out my face, boy. Get out my face. See, y'all like them New Orleans niggas. I know them. You can have them. Y'all like them New Orleans niggas. I know them, and you can have them. Love them down to the ground, but y'all can have them all. They crazy. Okay? I'm saying all that to say, stop putting in your reality in somebody else's head. He said he didn't want the baby. He just wanted the skeet. Understand that. Moving forward. Let's move on. Y'all get the likes up on the video. Girl, yeah, I done had a lot of niggas done. One thing about it, B. My ex-husband. One thing about it, B. Them hoes can say what they want, B. But one thing they know, B. One thing they know, I'ma always come back to you. And at first, I was proud. I was like, yeah, one thing about it, bitch. He gonna come home, bitch. Yeah, one thing. I remember one time I called the girl and said, bitch, I want him home. And he came home. And I used to think I had power, bitch. When I tell you, you couldn't tell me I wasn't that girl. Now, mind you, I'm 20, 21, 22. I'm rockhead age. I'm doing rockhead activities. I ain't gonna lie, I'm doing rockhead activities. Not like her. But I'm doing rockhead shit, like thinking that's a thing. Like, oh my God, yeah, I want him home, bitch. He coming home. Thinking that's cute. Girl, maturing is realizing you the biggest fool this side the Mississippi, girl. That I thought it was cute back then. Because back then, it's like, yeah, bitch, you got him. How the song go? He's mine, you may have had him once, but I got him all the time. Matter of fact, that song might have had me thinking like that. You know, they say music is a spell. You feel what I'm saying? At any rate, I used to think that was cute. And then I growed old and realized I was the biggest fool this side of the Mississippi. So y'all, please learn your lessons and learn not to make the mistakes again. Don't be Evelyn Lozada's daughter. And that girl got to be in her 30s. She don't get no she don't get no pass, bitch. She don't get no pass, girl, duck ass. Let's move on. Now I want to get into Peach Mcintyre since we on the foolishness. How did y'all make this girl famous? Peach Mcintyre. How did y'all make her famous? What was the appeal? Maybe I wasn't there. I know I wasn't there, so maybe I didn't see it. The Peach Mcintyre girl, I don't know how y'all made her famous, but that was the worst thing y'all could have ever done. Because this bitch has been showing her natural black ass ever since she been famous. And she shows it to tell y'all to kiss the blackest part of her ass every time she get a chance. She loves coming, it seems like, and I don't watch her often, but I will say this. All the time I see her in the algorithm, she's being nasty. She's just a dirty, nasty, vile bitch. I just get the energy off of her. Every time she got her face in the camera going, every time. And I just be like, bitch, what's wrong with this hoe? Is she all right? Now, the word on the street is she got 9 churned by one nigga. The nigga don't work. The nigga barely sleeping with her, allegedly. They say he around there dropping off dick like UPS, DHL, and FedEx all around the neighborhood. They say she cool with it. I don't live in Florida. I don't be down there where them people be catching alligators. Don't get to asking me nothing. I'm just telling y'all what the internet said. Okay? So the internet said that Peach be on here looking a hot ass mess, taking hell and high water from that nigga, and they say that nigga get to go do what he want. All he gotta do is watch all 9 of them churn. And I told y'all, if the oldest one is over 12, then he ain't gotta watch them churn. Make the oldest one watch. Come on now, we done all grew up on the same stuff. Go ahead on. Okay, so really he living good. He get to cheat as he want, allegedly. They say he get to sleep with who he want to, allegedly. And they say that Peach Mcintyre gonna be there to pay the bills. So now fast forward, they say Tampa. Oh, Tampa people are different. Now I did heard that. They did say to Tampa, Miss Parker, is you on here? Because you know she a Tampa girl. And Miss Parker is a different girl. I love her down. That's my sister. But she's a different breed of girl. You know what I'm saying? And all of the Tampa girls. Who else a Tampa girl? Peach a Tampa girl. Who else a Tampa girl? Wait, where is Auntie Yanti from? Where's she from? She from Miami? And where is who else? I'm just thinking about all the Florida girls. Tia Kemp. Yeah, where's she from? Is she from Tampa? I don't know. At any rate, they'll put it in the chat. Anyways, Kaya. Yeah, where Kaya from? Is Kaya from Tampa? I think Kaya is from Tampa. She sure is. Young Miami from Tampa. Yeah, that's a different breed of girls. JT from there too? I thought they was from the 305. Oh. Tasha K? Baldhead Tasha? You lying. Baldhead Tasha from Tampa? Bitch, I know you lying. Baldhead Tasha? Oh, that's crazy work. Man, them Tampa girls is different. Do you hear me? Shout out to Tampa. I don't want no smoke. Y'all a different breed of girls. I do not want no smoke. Shout out to the Tampa girls, baby. I am your ally, bitch. Diamond the body too? Yeah, I'm your ally. I don't want no smoke with the Tampa girls. Them Tampa girls, they look like they fight hard. I don't want no smoke from the Tampa girls. But this one I do want the smoke from. This wide mouth bitch. Now, what's this girl named Peach Mcintyre? She did a video basically saying that she's paying $10,000 of her baby dad. Mind you, her baby daddy got 9 kids with her. 9 kids with her. Okay? She's paying his child support for his outside kids. And she says she paid like $10,000 or something like that for his outside kids. Or one of his outside kids, one, because he has multiple children outside of the 9 that he has with her. But then another baby mama, I guess, was kind of giving him shit about child support. Oh, $25,000. My bad. It was $25,000. Abundance said she paid $25,000 for her baby daddy's other kid, but his other kid that he have, because she don't like this baby mama, she only paid her $12. And she decided to go on the internet to make fun of the girl and brag about how she's got all these stacks of money to pay her baby daddy child support for the other kids, just not this one because she don't like the baby mama. Girl, it's ridiculous. I don't know how y'all made this girl famous. I hate y'all for doing it, but here we are. Let's get into it, y'all. Here's Peach Mcintyre, and it's going to cut in with the baby mama kind of saying some stuff too back and forth with her.
Now my husband owes her $6,500 and something dollars. So we're gonna pay
That whole 7,000 something for your husband. Pay it for him. That could be his Christmas gift.
$12.
So she said her husband owes $6,500 to the lady that just left off the screen. The lady that just left off the screen was like, girl, pay the whole $7,000 for your husband. That could be his Christmas gift. That's what she said. It could be his Christmas. I learned that word when I moved to Macon. They don't pronounce all the S's and all of that, and S's and T's. So she said, that could be your husband Christmas gift. That's what she said. It could be his Christmas gift, okay? So she want Peach to pay the whole 65. Peach said she only gonna put 12 on it, not 5. She's just gonna put 12 on it.
We're gonna pay her $12 today. That's all I can afford. I'm struggling. I'm a mom of 9. I just paid his other baby mama $34,000. This is me in Hillsborough County Clerk Office paying my husband's child support. $10,000, $20,000, $22,000, $24,000 plus $100. That'll take care of that. $24,000. 12 for her today.
We had bad nails and fucked around and probably put a hole in.
Right, Peach Patch, here is that receipt. Today we paid a total of $12. I did give her $100 and she gave me back $88 in change.
Tell y'all, Greg helped my baby one time. Other than that, Greg didn't look at my baby.
Now my husband owes.
Okay, so just to give y'all a little, okay, this is what's going on. So like I said, he's got other kids, but this particular baby mama, he's behind $6,500, and Peach decides to go on live or go to the internet and show us paying $12 on this girl's child support after telling us she spent $10, $20, $22, $24, and $25,000 on other child support for his other baby mama. This is very dark. And then also the lady saying that the boy don't even know the baby, that he only held the baby one time. So that tells me that this boy has zero contact with this girl or his baby, probably because of Peach. And Peach is making all the money, so I'm pretty sure she's making all the rules because he can't do unless Peach say, go. The boy has a type. He has a type. I like the boy type, though. He like regular girls because Peach is a regular girl. Peach look a mess. And having 9 kids don't even make sense for Peach to look the way Peach be looking. Let me go pull it up. I seen it on the line, and I said, yeah. And don't get me wrong. I done ran out the house looking a mess, too. So don't get me wrong. But, girl, when I seen this, I said, yeah, Peach, you got to stop. No wonder that nigga keep cheating. And even if she looked good, he was going to cheat anyway. Hold on. Let me see if I can find this picture. This girl, somebody spotted her in the store. And girl, you should have seen her. Girl, Peach, first of all, looked at like everything she been through. Let's start that first. God is doing a job on her. She is not getting away easy. She's making a lot of money, yes. However, life is lifing on her. You can literally tell. Life is kicking her. Like the spiritual warfare that she's going into. Yeah, I don't think she's making it out of this the way she went into it. Let me see, where is that? Where that picture at? Them pictures of this girl. When they caught her at Walmart or whatever it was. Here, let me let y'all see. Girl, she looked at a mess. Is this the baby daddy right here?
Husband may screw the nanny. That's the status I just made. Hello. And it's literally the truth. By now, you all know who my husband is. Some of you guys think that these are skits. Like, oh, I just be lying like my husband cheats on me. No, my husband really does cheat on me. And I really stay even after he cheats on me. So me knowing who my husband is And me knowing what I tolerate, I'm not going to put myself in a position to hire a nanny that I know my husband will sleep with. Now, if my husband and I were to get divorced, then I could have So, anywho, me deciding to stay with my husband.
And can I say this? I will say this. I commend Peach Mcintyre. You know why? Because she's saying out loud what a lot of women know about their husbands and would never repeat. I respect her for that part. Because it's a lot of women, y'all know them, they know their husbands ain't shit. They will sit up here and play like the nigga this, sit up here and play like the nigga that, and all this, that, and the third, knowing good and goddamn well your husband ain't shit and he cheat with and skeet with everybody. I know men like it. I know men who have wives who know what they do. And they will sit up here, my husband near the death, my husband, knowing that nigga ain't worth 2 pennies rubbed together. At least she's saying it out loud. She's saying the quiet part out loud. Because there's so many women in her position that's thinking the same thing and they couldn't even bring it to their lips to repeat it out loud. At least I'll give her that. She still look a fool, but I'll give her the fact that she's able to say what she's saying.
It's something with my own personal boundaries, right? There's an insecurity going on inside of me that allows me to stay with this man that constantly cheats on me, doesn't pull his weight, etc. I have come to have a lot of empathy for my husband just because I know how we both were raised. I was raised feeling like nobody loved me except my great grandma Merle, who is not deceased. And my husband, I wonder if this is my Instacart order. Or it might be. But I'm starting to realize, like, okay, this isn't the kind of love that I deserve. Once upon a time, the love that my husband gave was better than the love that I didn't get. Now that I'm getting older and wiser, I'm starting to realize that this isn't the love that I deserve, nor is it the love that I want to accept. So you guys may see how that looks soon. My husband is getting better. slowly, as well as I. I'm not perfect either, right? My husband had an alcohol addiction. I had a gambling addiction. My husband hasn't drank alcohol in 2 years, so he's getting better. I haven't gambled in 4 months, so I'm also getting better. We both come from fucked up backgrounds, and we're both trying. I just try harder. That part is a little bit frustrating, but at the current moment, I know I'm not going to leave him. So instead of me hiring a nanny that can come work at our house and know like there's a probability that my husband is going to screw the nanny, I just won't get one and I'll put the kids in daycare. Now, is it a probability that he can screw the girls that work at daycare? Of course. So it's like, that makes me think, do you still want to continue to stay with this man? I really have to do a lot of inner work with myself to gain the strength to walk away from my marriage. In the meantime, I'm not ready yet. I am currently working on me so that I can increase my standards and what I accept. But in the meantime, this is what I choose to accept because of what's going on internally with me and me making an excuse. And our childhood is why we're both like, husband may screw the nanny.
This comment is exactly what this is about. And again, when I tell y'all about spiritual warfare, I'm going to give you, this is a perfect example. She's making all this money. Peach Mcintyre makes a lot of money on the internet. But guess what? Whenever Peach get off of them lives, she's battling spiritual warfare day in and day out, day after day. She literally sitting on here telling y'all that she has a husband who don't love her, but because she's so hurt and abused and battered, she's staying. You think she's happy with that decision? This is the spiritual warfare. And it goes to this comment. When somebody said that's probably why she's so nasty, it's not just Peach. People you work with, people in your family, you get it. When they battling spiritual warfare, because spiritual is something you can't see. This is physical. If I take this notebook and pop you off top of your head, that's a physical assault. But if I write something in this notebook that turns out to be your reality for the negative, that's spiritual warfare. Does that make sense? I'm going to say it again. If I take this notebook and I pop you upside your head, that's a physical assault. You're going to react physically. You might swing. You might get the windmilling. But if I take this very notebook and write Peach Mcintyre and something negative, and then the negative happened. Now I turned this notebook into a tool for spiritual warfare. And even though I never touched Peach, she's still going to have a reaction. It's just not going to be physical. It will be spiritual. And again, goes back to this comment. That's why she's so nasty. You get it? She got all this money. And I know people on the outside of Peach is looking at Peach like, oh, Peach got it made. Peach, I don't care if her husband cheat. He home. She got money. She got all them kids. Peach is living in misery day in and day out, day after day. You don't think Peach want to be loved? You don't think she want to know what that shit feel like? I'm pretty positive when she not on the internet, she's in the fetal position. I would be. If she not, she's stronger than me, because I would be. Every time I log out this bitch, I'll be ugly cry. You hear me? Correct. Hurt people hurt people. When they say that, this is what they mean. Instead of people fighting their demons, dealing with that spiritual warfare that she's dealing with that husband, that lifestyle, and them kids, she'd rather stay there. Why? It's comfortable here. I'm good here. I don't have to try here. Everything is already set up. All I got to do is go live, make my money. My kids going to be fed. It's good here. And this is how people like her wither away and die miserable. Hurting people like they always do, because they go through life hurt. They never deal with the hurt. And again, hurt people tend to hurt people. This gonna manifest in y'all mamas, daddies, sisters, brothers, kids, spouses, cousins, co-workers, friends. It don't matter. That's what happens when you don't deal with the spiritual warfare. That hoe is under hella spiritual warfare. You know what else is a byproduct of that? Aging. Weight gain. All of these are byproducts of you not dealing with the spiritual warfare. She's miserable. So her getting online, oh, I could pay $6,500, but I'm only pay $12. That's her little small senses of joy, because that's all she can get. When she log out, she's in misery. So that's why you always get the negativity. But either way, y'all made her famous. She's up, but she's got to go down. And this is the crazy part about a person like Peach Mcintyre. She been down so long, it won't matter. Peach gonna be good, whether she got money or not. If Peach money, and I'm not saying that I wanted to go away, so I'm not even gonna do that. I'm not gonna work for her money to stay in her pocket, because she do have 9 kids. But Peach the type of bitch, if Peach went broke tomorrow, she'd be all right. Bitch, Peach gonna go back to the Section 8, back to whatever, and be good. You feel what I'm saying? Like, she gonna be straight, and she's still gonna be on the internet talking her shit. That's the type of girl Peach is. It just is what it is. Thank you for the super chat. Miss Parker says, Peach got famous from helping people find housing and jobs. I think she told me that. Peach was on there helping people get housing and stuff, and that's how she got famous. And then look what it turned into. So how you go from being famous for helping people to then turn around and dragging the same people you help? Because maybe, just maybe, that demon on her back is riding her too much. So everything she do comes out, it spills out negatively. Thank you again for the super chat. Says, when she was helping people find jobs and everyone was watching, and housing, no one cared. When she started this mess, everyone watching, now sad. Okay, so Miss Parker was saying when she was helping people find houses, she wasn't popular. But as soon as she came negative, because that's what the internet likes, here it is. You know what I'm saying? She's everybody popping. Miss Parker says she wasn't making no money helping people. Well, there you go. She started out knowledgeable. But you know what, though? Let me say this. Who you are at the core is going to always surface. You know how they say a drunk man speak a sober mind, or a sober tongue, or whatever? That's because the only reason a drunk man can speak a sober tongue is because his inhibitions are not there. There's nothing to stop this person to say exactly how they feel. This is why when they tell you, when you hear somebody drunk and they say something, it's the truth. Because it is typically, okay? It's the same thing with money. Money is only going to exasperate. Is that the name? Whatever the word is, it's only going to magnify who you already are. If you are evil and negative and nasty at heart, the money is going to make you evil, negative, and nasty at heart. It just is what it is. And now to hear that her husband has a alcohol problem, or had, and congratulations to him, had an addiction to liquor, and then she got the gambling addiction. Oh, girl, that house got to be miserable. That house has to be miserable. They both got addictions, heavy ones too. Liquor and gambling. Oh my God, I would never want to. I'm pretty. Hey, the surviving peach. That story from one of them kids or two of them kids that's gonna come out and tell us what went on in that house is gonna be epic. Whatever one or two, three of them kids come out and tell us what really happened under that roof, that surviving is gonna be epic. To have two addicted parents. They say Vushi lying, that man still drinks. I could believe it. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If I lived in that house, I'd be drunk every day. Literally. Belinda, thank you so much for being a member for 22 months. She says, please get the likes up for the voodoo doll. Yes, y'all get the likes up so we can move on. 100. It's 1 minute and 11 seconds on the clock. Y'all come on in, get the likes up on the video. Please, please, please like the video. Get us out in the algorithm. Now I want to move on. Let's get to this Paul Birdsong thing. So y'all remember Paul Birdsong? He was the guy who we found out later is a Hispanic. Yet and still, he's the guy who came out and said that he was a Black Panther and he was going to be fighting for Black America. I'm sorry, for the immigrants on behalf of the Black Panthers. Now, immediately, we were all sitting up there saying, no way, because in our minds, we was like, Black Panthers didn't support no damn immigrants. And this is what the enemy did. They took a cause that the Black Panther had at the end of their cause where they decided to get along with other groups so that they can get their things that they wanted to get from the government. They took that and turned it around, because we don't know history, and told us that the Black Panther was not a group that only fought for Black people, that they fought for everybody. And that was the furthest thing from the truth. I also told you guys that I have Black Panthers still alive in my family. Still to this day, my uncle was doing don't get me the line. I don't know if it was videography or documenting whatever with Malcolm X, and my aunt was actually a Black Panther in one of the shootouts in New Orleans. I have Black Panther blood in my body, bitch. Okay, and when I saw this alongside of knowing the history that I knew right then and there that this man is not a Black Panther, nor has he nothing to do with the Black Panther Party. But again, it's about energy. I tell Black America this all the time. We have successfully withdrawn our energy, and we see these people losing their minds like 90 going west, because they understand how important it is that our energy is leaded to their cause. I'm going to say it again. The reason why these immigrants are losing their minds is because they understand how important our energy is to their causes. We are the progenitors and the owners of this land. What we say go. They know that. Now, they would never tell us that because they don't want us to know that. If we know that, then we would act accordingly. They would never tell us that, but they give us subtle hints to tell us this all the time. This is why the government and the powers that be are taking our old causes and trying to infiltrate them and use them against us. Not just the Black Panther Party. It was the Black Panther Party. It was the civil rights movement. I showed y'all yesterday with the picture with Ruby Bridges. All they are doing is trying to tether and anchor onto our cause because they know we are the end all be all to this land. Now, the powers that have been very strategic in always implementing people into our causes, making us think one thing is happening and another thing isn't. They always put a spy or agent. They did it with the Black Panthers. They did it with Malcolm X. Hell, they did it with Martin too. They always put one of their own in there to infiltrate so that it can implode from the inside. It just so happened, and this is not just so happened, because we are in the age of Aquarius. In the age of Aquarius, you are in the information of knowing. You are no longer in the information of feeling. We are no longer in the information of thinking. We are no longer in the information of guessing. We are now in the information of I know. And because of that, many of us melanated people all across the globe are awakening. Some clears are even coming up in the awakening. Everybody is awakening to the lies, the lies, the lies, the lies. And it's harder to pass off the lie to us than it was 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 years ago. So even at their failed attempts, we are figuring out, wait a minute, this ain't right. So when they put the dude Paul Birdsong up, immediately us with the eye to see, because everybody ain't, us with the eye to see immediately caught on and was like, hell no, Black America, FBA, don't pay attention to this nigga. He this, that, and the third. And when that happened, all the receipts started to flow behind him. This is ancestral work at its finest. This is the Most High's work at his finest. This is the universe's work at its finest. This is all three entities working together to make sure that we know what is and what ain't. The gateway out of this slavery is truth. It's not popular nowadays, but it's the fact. The only way to get out of this slavery is truth. And the lie has been interweaved so much or interwebbed so much into our reality, we can't find the truth. But there are certain people, that's why I tell y'all every day, meditate, ground, go within. There are certain people here that are supposed to sound the alarm for others who can't see so that everything can work according to plan. This is why when Paul Birdsong came out talking about he a Black Panther, immediately the seers came out and said, hell no. That ain't no Black Panther. And then here come the people with the knowledge. Let me show you how this is a well-oiled machine. The seers popped out and automatically off site was like, nah, that ain't no Black Panther. And then here come our knowledgeable people, the people who study, the people who have all of the knowledge to know what's going on. They came back and was like, damn sure ain't no Black Panther. We done did the research. This nigga X, Y, and Z. And then followed that was what? The receipts. Here come the dude from the Pyrus. Yeah, I remember that nigga was out here trying to infiltrate the Pyrus. He an agent, da-da-da-da. Then here comes somebody from the next thing. You see? It all works as a well-oiled machine. And then once that information gets out, it's pushed to the algorithm, and then we get to see the rights and the wrongs. Do you understand how spiritual warfare connects directly to the 3D? It's the seers. It's the people who looking, saying this ain't right. It's the first responders sounding the alarm for everybody else who has their place in this to do what they need to do. We have successfully done this. I don't understand. I don't think Black America understand how big of a deal what just happened is. We have successfully got our first project and picked this fool out of the lineup and was able to expose him to everybody. So much so now he is apologizing. Now he's on here saying, well, I was a Black Panther, but I spoke to this one. We are getting into the age of knowing, and then knowing is exposing. He's exposed, y'all. It's out. And this is all on the backs of Black America. Nobody else. This is just us. We came together and we pushed this nigga out to the forefront and was like, this ain't us. Not only did we show this wasn't us, we showed who he actually was and made it to where he can't rear his head no more. This is the power that Black America have. And I want us to understand how powerful this is. Don't let this be something swept under the rug. This is a big deal. So here we are. I'm going to play this clip. This is from the guy, Paul Birdsong, who originally, let me see if I can pull this up. He was originally coming on here saying, because I need y'all to really get the gravity of this. He was originally on here saying that he was an original Black Panther. He was originally saying he was a Black Panther and he's here to help for the movement. And then all of that hurry up and ceased really, really quickly. Hold on. All of that ceased really, really quickly because we acted in swift movement and got his ass up out the paint. Here we go. This is him starting.
And they just the size of a window. Safe line repair, safe line replace. That's what's gonna happen. They touch me. Unarmed woman was killed by ICE. If you think you're about to come and brutalize the people while we're standing here, I said call them. I don't answer questions. Call them. And I got my gun license and my driver's license in my hand. So stay 8 feet from me and don't talk to me no more.
I'll tell you about this dude's history from what I know since 2017. So watch this. Okay. he came. We chased him out of California.
Let me go to the next one. Oh Lord. Hold on. Because he had came out and made it seem like he was that nigga, and he wasn't. Look. This the same nigga, and we found out he's a Puerto Rican. He ain't even a descendant of slave or a descendant of freeman. He's a fraud. He's a fraud. And shout out to the seers. Shout out to the people on the ground with the boots on the ground. We was able to call this nigga out and bring him to the forefront. Now let's fast forward. Ever since we called him out, we had Huey P. Newton's niece come out and say a few things. And I want to say the family of what's his name? The family of the guy who was shot. I'm sorry with names. It's not that I don't remember him. I just have a bad thing with names. But it was a few of their families who came out and basically said, hey, we don't know this nigga, and he does not represent the Black Panther Party. Since then, we blasted it all over the internet, and now he's had to come back and retract. Let's get into what he had to say.
All power to the people. As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. That after he gave me orders to make a video saying that him and other members were coming, that he withdrew his support. And that he said that this situation is unimportant to him, even though my comrades have risked their lives and spent thousands of hours of their time and dollars in life standing behind a cause. You know, he said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther going forward. I told him to make sure that he put in that statement that he did in fact give us the right to call ourselves that, because I still have the messages where he did, just in case he doesn't. And I put in there also, make sure that he put in there that Emory Douglas did give us the right to wear that emblem.
He's saying all of this, but he ain't coming back with no receipts to back none of this up. Oh, I did do this. I did talk to this person. I did. You saying all of this, but he don't have no receipts. He's full of shit.
I still have the messages where that happened too. But as it stands, because of that, because of me and my comrades risking our lives and all the heat that we went under, because of the counter-revolutionary practices, because we don't believe in Black nationalism, like Bobby Seale said in the video that I shared on my page earlier, that Black nationalism is acquiesce to racism, and that we don't stand like that we're internationalists and intercommunalists, just like Huey Newton said. We will no longer identify with this flag. We will no longer identify ourselves as the Black Panther Party for self-defense. We're going to take OG from...
So I don't like what he did to the flag, but I don't put a lot of solace in flags and stuff. It's just a material thing. But I can see why people will feel disrespected by the flag. Let me say this. He's talking a lot of stuff about the permissions that he had, but he didn't show any proof of any of these permissions because he didn't have the permissions. You know what the permissions were? The government. And I keep telling y'all sitting up here, I hate when they bring up old Panthers and old leaders, because a lot of them people, I be getting the icks in my inside like they was doggone agents too. Let's be completely clear, because the agents that was going on in the Black Panther Party started at the top. It started at the top. So to even mention, what Huey said and Black Panthers are not Black nationalism. Yes, they are Black nationalists. That's the whole point. The whole point of the Black Panther, not necessarily the whole point, but the point was to raise the Black man back to where he belonged. If that is looked at as Black nationalism, then yes, the Black Panther Party were Black nationalists. Now we know that's not Black nationalism, but that's just the words they put on it to demonize it. Okay, this man was disrespectful from the beginning. You can't expect respect on the end of this, because he didn't have none coming in. He's an agent. He went from a drug dealer to a gang member to a Black Panther. This nigga don't care about nothing. But I want Black America to be proud of us working together. This is what happens when your spiritual team is working with the 3D. This is what happened when the Most High wake up his people and make sure that we are here to sound the alarms so that you guys can do the boots on the ground. For real. Because most of your seers and most of your hearers, the people who can see and hear things that the masses can't hear, they not boots on the ground people. They not the people outside getting their feet dirty. It's the people who got the knowledge. It's the people who do all the research. It's the people who did all the traveling. It's the people who do all the research, even the internet researchers. It's y'all with the boots on the ground that make the shit happen. We all have jobs. We all have jobs. Everybody got a job. Some of our jobs is to just spread the information. Some of us just have the platforms and the wherewithal and the big mouth to just get it and put it back out. We all got jobs. Everybody got a job. The seer can't be the fighter and the fighter can't be the seer. Everybody have a job. And we executed it flawlessly with this Black Panther dude. And I want Black America to know that this is not just the first or the last. We got many more to come, and we need to continue to do this. And we need to be putting these niggas' heads on the stakes at the end of these projects. We need to be putting them niggas' heads on the stakes, not physically, but you know what I mean? Just to show the victory of what we overcame. This Paul Birdsong nigga, we could proverbially put his head on the stake behind us. He's conquered. He's done. Over with. Next. Now, we ain't looking for no beef, but whenever something else comes, we ready to fight that one too. Shout out to FBA. Shout out to Black America, man. You did it. This is what happens when you work spiritually with the Most High and you work with the elements here on earth. It's going to work flawlessly if we continue with the program. Shout out to us. And that Paul Birdsong dude, don't let that get to you. And let me tell you something. That was a test. See how the powers that were is? That's a test. They want to see where we at here and here. They know now. Okay? That was a test. That was a little, let me just see what they're going to do. Throw a little pellet out there and see what they're going to do. You get it? Be mindful of that. Now, speaking of, let's get into this Indians to Negroes, because I want y'all to understand why we're here. The biggest reasons, or one of the biggest reasons why we are here where we are right now, is because we don't know who we are. And I tell y'all every day, and I'm going to continue to tell y'all till I can't tell y'all no more. You have to do your genealogy, y'all. You just have to. I know it sounds like a lot of hard work. It may sound like a whole bunch of stuff, but at the end of the day, genealogy is the key to freedom, because that's the knowledge of who you are. The reason we've been able to be subjugated for all these years is because we have no idea of who we are. If we ever found out exactly who we were, the world would change drastically. And understanding who you truly are isn't a slight to who you think you are right now. And I want to make myself clear when I say this. Even if you identify as Black, if you identify as African American, if you identify as FBA, if you identify as Indian, when no matter what you identify finding out who exactly you are is going to help you way more than it will hurt you, because now you'll be able to take your identity and act accordingly amongst the land. Okay? I am one of the seers, and I foresee that if Black America do their genealogy, we can by and large come out of slavery. Not everybody, because everybody ain't gonna make it. But if we would just take the time and look into the documentation of who we are, we can proverbially come up out of slavery. We can live in the heaven on earth. It ain't got nothing to do with church. It ain't got nothing to do with no specific religion. It's simply about knowing who you are. Black America, the first key to freedom is identity. It's knowing who you are. It sounds asinine to people who first hearing it, but after a while, it's going to make all the sense in the world. The reason we in the position we're in, because we have no idea about who we are. We lost on our own land. We lost at home. That's why we wandering around blind. Like, wait, so what do I do? Where do I go? Waiting on the next person to give us the next doggone lesson. It's because we have no idea who we are. Now, I want to bring this to you because this is very important. Now, I had seen this video on Twitter, and I decided to repost it to my channel because I know Black people can tell us this till we blue in the face. But a lot of times, just like on Juneteenth, a lot of times we don't like to hear shit until a cracker tell us. Okay, so I found this clear man who's talking about how the reclassification of Negroes or Indians to Negroes played a huge part into how we get here today. Now, I do Educational Friday, and I like to throw educational pieces in on the morning jokes because I get a bigger crowd here, right? And what I've learned here on Educational Friday, and even with these people reclassifying us, is all it literally was a stroke of a pen. It was a stroke of a pen in what they told us. All they literally did was take, it's no different. Like I have these 2 bottled waters, right? This is a bottle of water. It's water. This is another bottle of water. It's still 2 bottles of water. If I write on paper that this one is water and this one is an empty bottle of water, and tell you that this empty bottle of water and this bottle of water are 2 different things, after hundreds of years, these empty bottles of water are going to think that this bottle of water is nothing to do with them. I hope this is making sense, because I feel like I'm over talking. But anyway, you're going to think that these have no connection, when the fact of the matter is they're one and the same. The only thing different from this bottle and that bottle is the name change. That's it. They just went from this one being the water to this one being the empty. Now you thinking the empty ain't got nothing to do with the water when they all the same. I'm saying all that to say, because I made the same reference with checkers. Checkers have black and red on their boards, because black and red is the same thing. The reason why the game of checkers have you jumping over everything is because you're just jumping over each other. It's about identity. Okay? That's all it's about, identity. Okay? Now, this clear man, and not just the clear man, take him off the table. There have been people like Dane Calloway, Top Cats, Rod Hayes, hell, even some of them niggas that came through the conscious community. They have talked about who we are identity-wise. I know Black America gets hung up on labels and what names we want to be called, but I don't care about that. I know that if we do our genealogy, we're going to get up out of this enslavement camp that we're in mentally, and not only mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, and all these other things. But first, we got to know who we are. Okay? Bronze Beauty said they're not letting you claim your lands. Huh? They're not letting you claim your lands. They literally listening to my conversation and digitally stalking me to steal my inheritance. Oh, I don't know what that's about. Be careful, Bronze Beauty. Keep your head on the swivel. I don't know who is they. They not letting you claim your lands. They will let you claim your lands. You just got to do the documentation, y'all. But I don't know what this is about. Maybe I caught it on the last USAA stealing from me, letting you claim your land. They literally listen to, oh yeah, you got a lot going on, Bronze Beauty. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what that's got to do, but we're gonna move on with the show. I'm keep you in my prayers, Bronze Beauty. At any rate, you can do your genealogy and you can go back and find your inheritance. You just gotta do it through genealogy. That's the only way you can get it done. Okay. Now I found this white man, because I've seen other Black people on the internet tell us this, and we don't like to hear it. And you know what's crazy? Even in other leaders on the internet and people on the internet, even in leaders, they'll tell you that they know the truth, but they won't tell you the truth. And that's the craziest part, because all the leaders know who we are, because they get in positions of power to keep that information, to gatekeep that information. That's the reason they get in these positions of power, just to gatekeep the truth, like the talented tent, what do you call it? The boule, the bourgeoisie class of people, the Freemasons. All of those people are put in place to gatekeep the truth. They got the knowledge, but we don't. Now, because we are in the age of Aquarius and all knowledge is available, you're starting to hear the truth more and more. You log into TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and you're going to see buku videos of Black people saying stuff. Some of this stuff going to sound asinine. Like, what is this nigga talking about? Don't dispel it. Stop and listen to it, because this is where you're getting all of your truths. Now, I know Black people don't like to hear the truth from each other, so I found this clear man. He's on here talking about how the Black Americans, or the Negroes, were simply paper genocided and turned into from Indians to Negroes. And you, Black America, will find this. If you do, and when you do your genealogy, once you start getting past the late to mid 1800s, you're going to start to see indigenous things, names, documentation, Indian stuff. All that's when you'll start to get into that. The government knows that information is there. That's why they tell us to go march for reparations instead of do the genealogy to get them. Now, We're in the age of Aquarius and the information is out. I think that if the clear man come on here and tell y'all that they turned us from Negroes or Indians to Negroes, then maybe y'all will listen. So let's get into the clear man, talk about the paper genocide that they did on Black America. Because remember, they didn't take Africans from Africa. Why? They had a whole sea of niggas already here in America. Why would they have to go kidnap niggas from Africa and they got a whole bunch of niggas here? They could just take a piece of paper and rename them and turn them into something else. Let's get into it. Like the video.
There was a paper genocide that occurred, and there was the officials in Virginia deliberately expunged the records. They destroyed the official records and most of the private records. I mean, I've got a statement that gets into the whole thing, but basically, a lot of Virginia's ruling elite claimed to be blood descendants of Pocahontas, and in their view, that meant that no one else in Virginia could make a claim that they were Native American, a descendant of Pocahontas, because to do so would mean that Virginia's ruling elite would have to be classified as all other non-whites were, which was, in quotes, and this was the law, the inferior Negroid race. This is what it was about. And with enormous hypocrisy, Virginia's ruling elite pushed policies, got them passed, and it culminated with the Racial Integrity Act of 1924.
People have actually written. Let me back the clear man up, because what he said was important. Now, first of all, he's talking about the laws in Virginia. And a lot of y'all might feel like, well, that happened in Virginia. No, it started in Virginia, and then it spread to be the law of the land. Just like the black codes and all that other stuff. It started in Virginia, and then it became the law of the land. Paper genocide was not only happening in Virginia, it happened, hell, we did an Educational Friday on it. Even in New Orleans, there was a clear woman in New Orleans going around all of the babies born that were black or at least Indian and turning them into Negroes. All they were doing was literally changing your name on a piece of paper. That's all they did. And then they've corroborated the name change with Hollywood, with movies, books, stories, social studies, school, so that you believe that the name change was real. So when the clear man says that basically it was just, they were just going into the records and changing people's names in Virginia or changing the statuses of people in Virginia, it wasn't only happening in Virginia. It started in Virginia. Then it spread all across these United States. All across America, they were turning black people who had the status of Indian to Negroes. This is how we went from Indians to Negroes. Now, we've had many names. I don't even think Indian is the name for us to settle upon. However, per law and courts and documentation, it is a very good name for us to use because a lot of laws, treaties, and everything were written under those names. Indian. New Orleans, bring them back up. New Orleans still have a heavy Indian culture. Not just New Orleans, even in Atlanta. All over America, you find a whole bunch of Indian names on bridges, interstates, roads, counties, towns, Achapalaka. All of those things with them letters with 11 words in it. Those are Indian names. A lot of y'all live in what they call Indian villages. Remember when we were kids and you give something to somebody and you take it back, what they call you? An Indian giver. Only thing they did was change the status on a piece of paper from Indian to Negro. Yep, even the baseball teams. Yep, matter of fact, hold on, let me show you this. Can I see the reposted shit that I be having on here? Let me see. How do I find the stuff that I reposted? Because if I show y'all the stuff that I reposted, you'll see they had the Cleveland Indians. That was a baseball game or a baseball team. All types of stuff. I thought I had it. I thought I would have been able to see the reposts on the internet. I mean, on on this page, but I can't. At any rate, it don't matter. All of this stuff, all of the Seminoles, those were dark-skinned black Indians. All they did was turn them people's names from Indian to Negro. That's all they did. The things that we still doing in 2026 are indigenous practice. The food that we eat, even the way we practice religion, the clothes the women wear to church, the hats, all of these things are indigenous things that we've done for years. thousands of years, long before the cracker was even invented, let alone before they came sailed the ocean blue in 1492. But again, I'm going to let the clear man say it one more time, how they paper genocided us from Indians to Negroes. When I tell y'all to do your genealogy, it's so you can find out who you are.
There was a paper genocide that occurred, and there was the officials in Virginia deliberately expunged the records. They destroyed the official records and most of the private records.
They destroyed the records, the old records. Y'all remember all them fires? Put a 3 in the chat that if y'all remember all the fires. We did it on the internet one time before. Let's see if we could do it real quick. I showed y'all on the internet. Hold on. During the late 1800s and the early 1900s, there were a whole bunch of great fires all across the world in America for sure. So let's pull up a great fire of, let's pull up a city. We did this before. I'm going to just name a city and I'm going to have y'all name cities. Let's do great fire of, let's pick up Atlanta. And I'm going to share the screen so y'all can see. Because this is where they were taking a lot of our paperwork and burning them and destroying them. And I'm going to ask y'all to just drop doggone cities in the chat and watch how every single city I bring up has a great fire attached to it. Look, let's start with Atlanta. Can y'all see this? Y'all can see it. Now, I started with Atlanta. Great Fire of Atlanta 1917 was a devastating event that destroyed over 300 acres of city, leaving more than 10,000 people homeless, causing an estimated $5 million in damages. Guess who was living in these areas around that time? Negroes. Let's pull up another city. What other city? Let's do the Great Fire of Miami. Y'all drop some cities in the chat. I'm going to show you. Let's do the Great Fire of Miami. 1901, the fire was initially underestimated, and within hours it had spread across the city, resulting in one of the worst disasters in Florida history, known as the Great Fire of 1901. Put another city in there. Let's do Detroit. Somebody put Detroit. Let's do the Great Fire of Detroit. Great Fire of Detroit. The fire started on the morning of June 11, 1805. It is presumed that it started in or around the immediate vicinity of the staples of John Harvey, 1700 and what to 1825, a local baker. Let's put another city in there. I'm telling you, Tulsa. We already know about the Great Fire of Tulsa. We don't need to look that one up. Let's look up another one. Chicago. Let's pull up Chicago. Great Fire of Chicago. Because this is where all of our information and our records got destroyed. According to the Nancy Connolly, great-great-granddaughter of Kathleen O'Leary, the fire is said to have started around 8:30 p.m. on October 8 in or around a small barn belonging to O'Leary family in Border. Let me see what year this was. October 8th through October 10th, 1871. Let's pull up another one. It don't matter what city you pull up. We can pull up cities let's pull up New Orleans. Did y'all know New Orleans had a great fire? New Orleans, New York, all of us coincidentally had great fires. The Great Fire of New Orleans happened in 1788. It was a devastating event that happened and destroyed 856 of the city's 1,100 buildings. What was going on in New Orleans like that? You feel what I'm saying? We could be on here all day. Los Angeles. Because I need y'all, how you spell Angeles? I don't know how to spell it. They'll pull it up. The Great Fire LA started in 1897, was a devastating event that reshaped the city's landscape and urban planning. Urban planning. You get it? We be here all day. Take your phone and look up a city and put in the Great Fire of, and you're going to see boom, 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 boom. Guess who was living and cohabitating in these cities, y'all? Guess who were the people living in these towns and cities when they were being burned down? Guess! I need somebody to take a guess in the chat. I'm trying to see. There you go, T-Babe. Us! Is this thing on? It's us. So all these great fires that's destroying all these cities, whose things are they destroying? Now let's go back to the clear man. Let's get back to the clear man. The clear man said that all of our records were destroyed originally before they renamed us. Let's get back to the clear man.
There was a paper genocide that occurred, and there was the officials in Virginia deliberately expunged the records. They destroyed the official records and most of the private records.
Now, he's only speaking about Virginia, but he said they expunged the records and they destroyed them records, most of the private records. Well, all around the late 1800s, I'm sorry, the 1800s, we was catching on fire like 90 going west. Yeah, Hurricane Katrina was another one too, but we was catching on fire like 90 going west. How much shit did we lose? Remember, we are the ones cohabitating this land by and large. Remember, I told you the bulk of the clears didn't come off the boat to Ellis Island or from Ellis Island to the late 1800s, early 1900s. They came off as peasants. It was our stuff that was burnt up, destroyed, and taken care of so they can turn us into something we're not. Let me let him finish cooking.
I've got a statement that gets into the whole thing, but basically, a lot of Virginia's ruling elite claimed to be blood descendants of Pocahontas. And in their view, that meant that no one else in Virginia could make a claim that they were Native American, a descendant of Pocahontas, because to do so would mean that Virginia's ruling elite would have to be classified as all other non-whites were, which was, in quotes, and this was the law, the inferior Negroid race.
So what was happening in Virginia was Pocahontas, we know, as black as me. However, there's clears to this day that will tell you they descended of Pocahontas. That's cap. However, in order to maintain the possession of the land, the clears stood in place of Pocahontas and said, nope, we the descendants of Pocahontas. So since we the only true descendants, even though they're not, it's some clears, some elite clears who took the descendants' place. Because remember, we don't do genealogy. So it's easy for them to go say they're the descendant of Pocahontas because we don't do no genealogy to see if that's our great-great-grandma. We don't know. We don't do genealogy. This is what happens when you don't do genealogy. People come in and steal your identity. Again, so there's a group of elites who claiming to be the direct descendants of Pocahontas, which then means everybody else can be everything other than Indian. So now they supposed to be the real Indians, and everybody else supposed to be black, Negro, clear. You see what I'm saying? That is paper genocide. They did the same thing with the $5 foot loans, the $5 Indians. They put them in place of us and told us that they were us and they told us that they were the Indians and we just black. Paper genocide. That's all it is. Paper genocide. Just basically telling me, for instance, I'm going to pull up this name, DJ V. It's like if I tell DJ V, no longer after the day, your name not DJ V. Your name DJ A. And then moving forward, everybody in the world start calling you DJ A. After a while, DJ B gonna start believing, you know what? Maybe I am DJ A. And after DJ A have kids, he gonna teach his kids we DJ A's. We not DJ V's. And then after years and generations, they gonna really believe it. They're gonna fight for the fact that they DJ A's. But they're not. They're DJ V's. You get it? I hope this is making sense. My analogy sometimes be off. But I really hope it's making sense. That is the paper genocide.
This is what it was about. And with enormous hypocrisy, Virginia's ruling elite pushed policies, got them passed, and it culminated with the Racial Integrity Act of 1924.
People have actually written that Racial Integrity Act of 1924 would lead on to be the law of the land in America. It didn't just happen in Virginia. It happened all over America. The clear man just said it. Because I know when niggas said, niggas don't be wanting to hear it. The clear man just said it. They paper genocided you right up out of your inheritance. This is why it is imperative, important, highly important that you do your genealogy. You don't know. Once you find out maybe your Pocahontas might be your great-great-grandma or something like that, you might be able to take that land over because we are in a time spiritually where their rule is over. Let me say that again. The powers that were, their rule is over. We just don't know it yet. See, we still activating off of them fragments of fear from when they had the power. You get it? So they know their power is over. Some of us who understand what's going on, we know their power is over, and we know that there's so much that we can do. We just got to get the bulk of us to understand what's going on so that we can move accordingly. Do your genealogy. The only reason these crackers is claiming all of this shit is because you niggas won't do your genealogy and find out who you is. It's your information offered up for the taking for everybody to eat and enjoy. Everybody's living high off of your inheritance because you don't know who you are. Please, Black America, do your genealogy.
Over the records where it was put in that they were Indian, and someone went in and wrote black over it. And you can actually see in censuses from time to time where they may have been Indian.
Oh, y'all see that? So she said it was originally Indian, and that would make sense why the line is right there, but then they came back and turned it to black. So a lot of y'all who've done your genealogy, you get a census record. On the census record, it'll have the name of your family member, it'll have the age, it'll have their status if they were head of household, then it'll have their occupation, and it'll have their race, age, and everything. Under race, it's a whole bunch of them look like that, because I got a census record right here that look just like that. What the lady is saying was, at first they had them classified as I, or at least a line down for Indian, but then they turned back and turned them into B's to make them black. That is also part of the paper genocide that they were doing as well, because we saw them do it with the hospitals on birth certificates. Hell, even Walter Plecker in Virginia.
Into time where they may have been Indian in the first 3 censuses, and then the last 6 of their life, they're considered black.
We are the original people of this land.
Shout out Baba Rashan. Shout out to the elder. He from New Orleans. Shout out to the elder. My elder on here.
We have been reclassified, but we was already living here when the Spanish, when the French, when the British came here. We've been here for thousands and thousands of years, not only in America, but in Canada, in Mexico, Central America, the Caribbeans. These people took over our lands, not only in America, but Papua New Guinea, Africa, Australia, the Pacific Islands, are the original home of people that look like us.
He talked about the Pacific Island. He says the original home of the people that look like us. Shout out to Baba Rashan. He normally be on the chat. But no, listen. It's all about what they wrote you down as, and then what they told you to believe you are. That's what this is all about. The only way to combat this is through genealogy. Okay? Genealogy. That is going to free you from this shit. You got money. You got all types of inheritance waiting, land, businesses, opportunities waiting for you. You just have to do your genealogy. You're going to have to decode some things. Obviously, they made it hard because they knew, listen, the powers that be knew that we were coming upon this time. You got to keep in mind, they know when their time is up. They know more than we do. So they knew that we would come upon an age, the age of Aquarius. They knew that we would come upon an age where we would start to understand and we would know. So then they realized, well, shit, when they get there, we need to make it as hard for them to find this shit out or figure this shit out as possible. So what do? They teach y'all to go march on Washington. They teach you everything except genealogy. And that is the only key to free you about this shit. Because you don't know that these people are walking and governing your shit. It's like owning a home and not realizing it's your name on the deed. You spending the night all your life not realizing this your house. Go down to the courthouse, get your documentation to prove it's your name on the deed, and then you live in your house accordingly. This is how you free yourself from the slavery that we under. It was all paper genocide. It was paper genocide. It was a bunch of lies. It's time for us to go back and get that paper genocide and what do I want to say? It's time for us to go back and get that paper and redo it so that we can find out exactly who we are. Genealogy is key. Genealogy will always be key. It's the only thing that's going to free you up out of this. Other than that, what we going to be doing, sitting up here crying, talking about when we all get to heaven, what a day of rejoicing that will be. Bitch, I'm not waiting. You wait. I ain't waiting. I don't like the song. I don't want to wait to get to heaven. I want my heaven. The clears walking around with their heaven. The Asians getting their heaven. The Arabs getting their heaven. Hell, some of the Hispanics getting their heaven. I want my heaven right here. Say what I said. Dimple Pop, thank you for being a member for 14 months. She said, see, this is why I love your channel. Your teaching is awesome. I love the way you make it easy to us, Acorn, to understand. Education Vu is in this bitch. Thank you so much, beautiful Dimple Pop. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I try to make it like layman terms so y'all can understand it the way my brain sees it. I don't know. My brain is weird, though. Toy Wideman, thank you so much for the super chat. Said, oh, no, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for becoming a new member. I appreciate you, boo. Archive T. What did I just do? I thought I had Archive T up here. What did I just do? I hope I didn't mess it up. Archive T had a super chat on here. I hope I didn't pass you up. Toy Wide, thank you so much for the super chat. Let me see. Let me scroll down. Hey, it's Trey. Thank you for the super chat. Says a real Panther would have never folded that easy. Yeah, that Paul Birdsong dude was an agent. He wasn't no damn. That nigga was just there to cause a ruckus. I'm telling you, I believe the Paul Birdsong dude, the fake Black Panther, I think he was a test. And we passed it with flying colors. I'll say that. Dimple Pop, thank you for being a member for 14 months. Oh, yeah, this is the one I just read. She said, Vu in this bitch. What happened to that other super chat then? Archive T had a super chat up here. I don't know what happened to it. Kimmy Cakes, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey, boo, have you read One World, One America? No. This book talks about America is the start land of Black people. It is. I need to get that. Florida and Carolina is the original Lower Ethiopia, Egypt, and Timbuktu is also America. Not listen, not only that, Mansa Musa is a Black American. All of that African folklore shit came from here. I got to get the book, One World, One America. Let me write this down so I can order this book. You know, I love me a good book. One World, One America. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, and Archive T, I can't find your super chat, but thank you so much wherever it is. I appreciate you. But Kimmy, thank you. Yeah, I will definitely look for that book because I love reading me a good book. And plus, at the end of the day, the more knowledge, the better. Okay? Black America, if y'all don't do nothing, please do your genealogy. I ain't asking you for nothing. You ain't got to send me shit. Go do your genealogy. And again, once you get your inheritance, because you will find an inheritance in your genealogy, you ain't got to pay shit back. Okay? You ain't got to never pay nothing back. Always and always remember to pay it forward. Karen, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, Boo, if your ancestors are gone, how do you do it? You have to go through documentation. You got to have somebody, but if not, everything is heavily documented. Start with your birth certificate. Find your mother and then go get her birth certificate. You see what I'm saying? And then go find her mother. I always urge people to start on the female or the woman side of the family, the maternal side of the family, because typically it's more solid than the father. But if you can, do the father as well. But start with your birth certificate and then go get your mother's birth certificate and so on and so forth. Okay. What's the name of the book you mentioned before? Oh, the book I mentioned before is Return of the Ancient Ones. The one I was telling y'all I was reading on the plane coming back from London. That's this book, Return of the Ancient Ones. I'm not done with this book. I'm probably like a little bit close to halfway to this book. But Return of the Ancient Ones is a book, and my girl just gave me One World, One America. I will be getting that book because I do read. You know, a bitch do read. You feel me? Because I know everybody else ain't gonna do it. But with that being said, like I said, y'all, do your genealogy. And again, you ain't got to pay me shit. Don't pay it back at all. Pay it forward. I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we live. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.